Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Pokemon Battle Series, the School of Hard Knocks. So throughout this episode, like every other, we'll be jumping on to the Pokemon Global Link Battle Spot ladder, playing under the Championship Battle rules, which are the equivalent rule set of the VGC 2017 season. So it's Friday, guys. Hope you've all had an amazing week. We have been playing on the School of Hard Knocks this week, this Salazzle team that we put together. So we had a request a while ago to make a team based around a bit of an obscure Z move. So I put this team together. We've had a few good games with this week, and we've had a few games where we're adjusting to the team. So hopefully we kind of adjust a bit better going into this episode and into next week as well. You know, we had that crazy couple of games yesterday where the RNG was just going mad. Like, my Mudstill got froze twice. I've ended up winning by freezing a Snorlax for God knows how many turns. It was just a bit crazy. So hopefully the RNG is taking a rest overnight and it's feeling a bit more stable today. So we don't want to see any more of that today. You know, it's never nice for either opponent. We're just going to hop on to the Battle Spot ladder now. Lock in with the team and hopefully find an opponent pretty quickly. So, yes, how are you guys? Have you got anything planned over the weekend? Over here in England, it is Glastonbury Festival this weekend. And me and my girlfriend will be attending just on Sunday though this week. We did have tickets for the festival, but we had complications with our holiday to Mexico, and we were going to originally move it to this week. But we had to move it back for other reasons. So we kind of ended up selling our tickets, which is a bit of a shame because then we moved the holiday and then we'd already sold the tickets. But we managed to get a couple of tickets for the Sunday, so we will be going down to that. If any of you guys are there this weekend, come and say hi. I don't know if any of you will be, but if you are, on that off chance, do come and say hello if you see me and amongst the other hundreds of thousands of people that are there. So there's a very slim chance, but yeah, so that's what I'll be doing this weekend. And then we'll be back on Monday and we're going to lock in with that new kind of trial rota that we're kind of going to put together. So School of Hard Knocks 3 times a week, and then we're going to launch the weekend episodes starting next week. So we'll have School of Hard Knocks or something like, we got a really good suggestion in the comments earlier in the week saying that instead of just always doing the School of Hard Knocks on a Saturday, pick the most interesting thing from that week's episode and kind of carry it on. So if we've got a really interesting QR code team or a Battle Spot doubles team, we kind of do an episode of that and maybe an episode of the School of Hard Knocks just to explore things a bit further for you guys, keep it interesting, and we're not always kind of keeping it stale, because there's a lot of times in the Battle Spot doubles or the QR code where we don't get to explore to a full extent those teams. It'd be nice to kind of do that and extend that over the weekend episode. So they're things to think about. We'll try that as we go and see what you guys like. But we have our first opponent of the day, and they are running a team of Alolan Ninetales, Tapu Lele, Porygon 2, Frozlass, Tapu Koko, and Gastrodon. So what are we going to do here? Salazzle's very good here. Outspeeds and threatens the Ninetales, the Tapu Lele, the Frozlass. It is threatened a bit by the Tapu Koko, obviously, and the Gastrodon, but we have plenty in the tank. I do want to lead Salazzle though here. It's got that nice fake out, even if Tapu Lele comes out. And we can scout for maybe a Scarf Tapu Lele by just leading Tapu Koko next to it. I think I do want my... it's going to be a bit... I think maybe Tapu Fini. Well, Mudstale's quite good here. It is threatened quite heavily from a lot of stuff on my opponent's team though. Tapu Fini, and let's go Porygon 2. I think we're going to have to really fall back on Porygon 2 a lot here, but the main premise is going to try and get some swaggers onto it, utilise that heal pulse and just try and blow holes through my opponent's team. So let's go into this. As I say, there's one thing I want to change on the team as well, is the Tapu Koko at the minute is max speed timid, but I want to reduce its speed down, so underspeeds Salazzle but still outspeeds Alolan Persian, and that would gauge us a lot better for kind of scouting out Scarf Tapu Leles here. So we need to pay a lot of attention here. So we are going to see electric terrain activate first, which kind of indicates to me, ooh, so that Tapu Lele, yeah, okay, so yeah, probably not Scarf Tapu Lele, I would imagine. You would imagine it's not. So we can't fake out here. We've got a couple of options what we could go for. We could go for just a Sludge Bomb into the Tapu Koko, which should pick up the KO. We could go for Poisium Z into the Tapu Lele, and that should pick up the KO. And I'm kind of tempted just to go for that, to be honest. Yeah, let's go for the Acid Downpour into the Tapu Lele and go for a Volt Switch into the opposing Tapu Koko. So we're just going to see a Dazzling Gleam, which is interesting, from the opposing Tapu Koko. Do get the Volt Switch off. And let's hope it's not one of those scarfed Tapu Leles. It's kind of just meant just to underspeed timid Tapu Kokos, because that would not be ideal here. I'm going to bring in Porygon 2 at this point. Actually, no, I'm not. Yes, I am, because Tapu Koko's still going to be on the field. So, moment of truth. We're going to get a Z move. We're going to see the cling, get the download boost, and it is into attack, which is going to help us out, and we do. So, here we go. First time on the series, we're going to see this actually being utilised to its full potential. So, normally Tapu Leles can calc to survive just a regular Sludge Bomb. Still going to do a lot of damage from Salazzle, but the Acid Downpour guarantees it. So as long as it's not a variant like with a Sash or anything, which it's not, we do pick up the KO there, so that's pretty nice. We can get rid of the Tapu Lele. And we've still got a Salazzle, pretty healthy as well. So what is my opponent going to bring in now? And it is the Gastrodon. Okay. So, what have we got? We've got... I don't really want to bring in Tapu Koko here. Could just go for a Sludge Bomb onto the Tapu Koko. But the likelihood is we're probably going to lose... Probably going to lose Salazzle. And I'd probably prefer to lose Salazzle at this point than lose Tapu Fini by switching it in on a Thunderbolt. But we're never going to find out because my opponent's internet... Oh, my opponent has disconnected, which is really unfortunate. Okay, so we'll just scratch that off and go into our next game. That's a bit of a pain. So, sorry about that, guys. At least we got to see the Acid Downpour. That's the good thing about that, I guess. Let's lock in League 4. So we've got our next opponent straight away. Massa from Spain, and they're running a team of Gyarados, Alola Marowak, Celesteela, Alola Muck, Tapu Lele, and Garchomp. Right, straight away, the first thing that really jumps out to me here is that Garchomp is probably scarfed because you've got the Gyarados and the Celesteela that can operate quite nicely next to it. Not worrying about the potential Tapu Koko lead or the Salazzle, for instance. I'm going to lead Salazzle and I'm going to lead Ninetales here. I'm going to bring Ninetales. We're going to need Mudsdale no matter what because Mudsdale's so good. And I think, do we bring Tapu? Probably going to a Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko probably because just the Celesteela and the Gyarados. Yeah, I think that's probably what we'll lock in with. Like the other option is Porygon 2, but then Muck is a bit of a pain for it. We can't really touch the Celesteela with Porygon 2. Marowak does hit it for really good damage and we've not got anything to hit the Marowak, so I think potentially this is probably going to be our best fault to take into this match. So hopefully no disconnects on this one and we get a really good game out of it. So what we're going to see lead. The Garchomp leads, it really does indicate that it's kind of nailed on Scarf, I would imagine. But we don't see it lead, so it may not be. We do see the Marowak and the Tapu Lele lead though. Right, okay. So, things we've got to be wary of. Obviously got to be wary of Scarf Tapu Lele for one. We can't fake it out. We could go for the Acid Downpour again into it, an Aurora Veil with Ninetales. We could sub with Ninetales, which might not be a bad option to do. It's kind of a fallback in case the Acid Downpour doesn't work out. So I'm going to do that, and I'm just going to sub with Ninetales here. So hopefully it's not. So we just see the Protect on Tapu Lele, but at least by using the Acid Downpour we're going to get some damage onto it. And if this Marowak decides to go for a Flare Blitz into the Ninetales, then at least we'll be able to get the Aurora Veil up next turn. We'll be able to get an Encore onto the Lele, but it all depends on what this Marowak does and what it targets. Could potentially target the Salazzle with a Boomerang. So we do decent enough damage onto the Lele with that through the Protect. We are going to get the Substitute up with Ninetales, so hopefully we want to see the Flare Blitz really into that slot, but it is the Boomerang. But that isn't the end of the world, because it's not the best either, really, to be honest. I mean, we're going to get the Aurora Veil up this next turn, regardless. But we've only got Tapu Koko and Mudsdale in the back. I think it's alright, to be honest, like, really. So we'll bring the Mudsdale in. We will go for that Aurora Veil, and we'll go for a Heavy Slam into the Tapu Lele because we know that we can pick up a KO there from it. So we'll just go for that Aurora Veil, Heavy Slam into the Lele. No Protects coming out from my opponent this turn. Tapu Lele going for a Psychic into the Mudsdale. But because of the Aurora Veil and the Assault Vest, we do take that quite nicely. And it reveals that it is Life Orbed. So we see a Flare Blitz this turn. It's going to be into the Ninetales, I'd imagine. Oh no, it's into the Mudsdale. Okay. And get a Heavy Slam off. So we will pick the K up onto that Lele. But this Marowak's going to be a bit of a pain, because we don't really have too much to actually attack it with. Like, Blizzard's not going to be doing very much. Mudsdale's in range to get taken down next turn. And we've just got Tapu Koko in the back, which is not good. And we see Muck come in now. This is not ideal at all. All I can do is just go for a High Horsepower into the Muck, and I'm just going to have to Blizzard really with Ninetales. This is not going well. So we get the Blizzard off. We will hit both targets because the hail is up on the field. Oh wow, we get the freeze on the Muck. Okay, so Flare Blitz again from the Marowak into the Mudsdale. It is enough to take it down. And the Muck stays frozen, so we get super lucky there, like really lucky. I wonder if a Dazzling Gleam and then a Blizzard is enough to take down this Marowak. I wonder. So we will bring in Koko. And it's all we can really do. We can't go for any electric type attacks. We've got no other options with Ninetales, so we just have to go for that Blizzard. Yeah, and the Dazzling Gleam. So we go. This is kind of playing into our favour because that Marowak's going to take a bit more chip from the hail this turn. So we get the Dazzling Gleam off. We'll proc the berry on the Muck. So as long as the muck stays frozen, then should be fine. Should be. And let's see. And muck stays frozen. It's like the story of the air, isn't it? It just freezes all around. But it's saved our bacon a bit, because I think now we probably will be very close to picking up that KO onto the Marowak with a Dazzling Gleam and a Blizzard. So let's just go for that again. And the Marowak smartly withdrawing into the Celesteela. She's going to make it a lot more difficult, because we can't, as long as that Marowak's on the field, we can't utilise our electric type attacks. Do get a Blizzard off though. Do a good chunk to the muck. So as long as this muck stays frozen again, yes, which it is. Hail stops. Right. Now, here's the thing. What do we do? Because going for an electric type attack. Sorry, there's like a fly coming around. Going for an electric type attack, we're probably going to see a Marowak switch in, and the Celesteela stay in. So we could just go for a Dazzling Gleam and a Blizzard. But at the same time, we could go for a Thunderbolt and a Blizzard. And I think I'm going to just do that. I'm going to go Thunderbolt and Blizzard this turn. Yeah, so here comes the Marowak. But hopefully Blizzard does hit, because that'll put it in chip range for a Dazzling Gleam this next turn. So obvious, but so obvious that it kind of makes you think that I wouldn't go for it. So that's the reason kind of why, but it's like the mind games here. Do get the Blizzard, miss both targets because the hail's not up, and we see a Leech Seed come out from this Celesteela into the Tapu Koko. Which isn't ideal really, because this Marowak will just protect this next turn. This fly is like, it's just like this fly going around. Just ignore me if I'm like looking a bit scatty. Like it could protect Tapu Koko, because we could see maybe a Heavy Slam come into that slot. But I think I'll just go for no, I will just go for protect here, and I'm just going to go for another Blizzard. Hopefully it does hit. We just need a bit of chip, and hopefully the Marowak protects this turn. Yeah, there's a protect from the Marowak. So it'd be nice to get some chip onto the Celesteela with a Blizzard if we can hit. We're going to hit. We do hit, which is great. So imagine the Celesteela here goes for the Heavy Slam. Yeah, into the Tapu Koko. Yeah. We've not got many Blizzards left either. Is the Aurora Veil still up? I think we've got one more turn of the Aurora Veil. Yeah, this is the last turn, so that's good. So we'll go for that. We need this Blizzard to hit though. This damn fly. So the Marowak withdraws. Muck comes in. Do get the Dazzling Gleam. We will pick up the KO onto the Muck. But yeah, it's not looking too good for us right now. Blizzard. Unless we freeze this Celesteela as well. Freeze. No freeze. And just a Heavy Slam into the Tapu Koko. Doing really good damage. I don't think we can win this, to be honest. Because all my opponent needs to do is bring in the Marowak, protect the electric terrains left the field as well. So this fly, I swear to God. Yeah, like just protect the Marowak. We can't really do anything with Tapu Koko. We've not even got Thunderbolt anymore, so I think it's pretty much game over really. No protect from the Marowak. Let's see if this combination would be enough. I don't think it is going to be enough, is it? So, it's the Blizzard. I mean, again, we have to get a freeze on the Celesteela, which we don't. We just see a heavy slam into the Ninetales. And a Flare Blitz. This will be into the Coco, I'd imagine. No, it's into the Ninetales. Okay. But either way, it doesn't really matter too much because there's no way we can win this now. Although, I don't think there is. Nah, because let's see what we've got HP wise. 22. It's going to take us down to what? Yeah. No way. The Celesteela just protects to win here. Just on the off chance the Celesteela doesn't protect, let's go for the Volt Switch, but I'm sure it's going to. Yeah, there we go, there's the protect. So a good game to my opponent. To be honest, this match went way deeper than what it should have done. The freeze on that muck was so fortunate. We had no right of really winning this game, so my opponent just played it a lot better. Like, I think the turn one, I think the problem was like leading the Salazzle, and then you see the Ninetales did a lot of work there with the Blizzards and the Aurora Veil and things like that, but again we weren't threatening the Marowak. We were threatening the Tapu Lele, but we weren't threatening the Marowak, so it might have been better there to lead like the Tapu Fini in that situation, and then we would have had that water type attack onto the Marowak, as well as having like Mudsdale in the back. I think Mudsdale coming in and just taking so much damage, even from the Psychic, even behind an Aurora Veil and with the Assault Vest, just did too much for it to even function. And without any speed control there to support it, we couldn't really get anything from it. So that was kind of a big drawback in that whole game. Like, not having something to get that speed control going with the Mudsdale when we needed it most. But we'll try and adjust that in this next game. So we've got our next opponent. They're running a team of Tapu Koko, Porygon 2, Araquanid, Kartana, Mudsdale, and Alolan Raichu. So obvious Trick Room mode here with the P2, the Araquanid, Mudsdale, and then your fast defensive core. You've got the Electric, the core there between the Alolan Raichu. It's not core, it's just a pairing, and the Tapu Koko to boost the Raichu speed. It's got Fake Out on core, both big electric type attacks, and then the Kartana there as well, which is going to be a bit of a pain. We could potentially lead Salazzle, Tapu Fini, prevent the electric train from getting onto the field. We definitely need Mudsdale here, and I think Porygon 2 as well is going to be very useful here. So yeah, we'll lock in with those four. I don't think we want to deviate away too much from those. And let's see what our opponent throws at us. I don't know if we'll see the Tapu Koko Raichu lead because of the inclusion of Tapu Fini in our team, but you never know. So we'll lead off Salazzle, Tapu Fini, and we do see Raichu Tapu Koko come out, so at least we'll be able to stop the terrain, the electric terrain, and take away the boost that Alolan Raichu is getting. So we do have Fake Out here, but we've got to remember that the Alolan Raichu will have Fake Out as well, and potentially Encore. Here I'm just going to Fake Out the Raichu just in case it goes for a Psychic type attack into Salazzle, and I'm going to switch in Porygon 2 at this point, because we'll try and get a Trick Room up, or could even bluff a Trick Room, to be honest, because my opponent has a lot of Trick Room based Pokemon. So I'm going to get the download, and it's going to give us an attack boost. We are going to get the fake out into the Alolan Raichu. Does flinch, and we're going to see a Volt Switch into the Porygon 2. So we'll see the Tapu Koko retreat. And what's going to come in is the Araquanid. Okay. So we could potentially pick up a KO here with the Salazzle onto the Raichu, the Acid Downpour, and just go for a return into the Araquanid just to try and get some damage onto it, which might not be a bad idea. Or we could double into the Araquanid with the Acid Downpour and a return. Which I'm more tempted to do, really, because that's a more threatening thing, and I think I will do that. I think I'm just going to double into it, get as much damage onto it as possible, because it's the one thing that Mudsdale's threatened by at the moment. So if we can remove that from my opponent's team, then it's going to give us a big advantage, kind of setting that Trick Room up if we can, potentially, and trying to get some headway in this game. So we're going to see the Salazzle power up its Z Crystal and release that Acid Downpour. I have no idea how much damage this is going to do to the Araquanid. If it does like 50%, it's going to be brilliant. It does way more. Okay, so I'm going to see a Volt Switch from the Raichu into the Salazzle. I wonder if the return on +1 now is enough to pick up the KO into this Araquanid. It potentially might be. If it does, then that's amazing. I'm going to see my opponent switch in Kartana. Okay. We get the return off. So will it be enough? It will be. Excellent. So that's really good. Now this Kartana is going to be a bit of a pain. Tapu Koko does get the electric terrain up. We're probably going to see a Thunderbolt into that Salazzle slot. So I'm going to switch out Salazzle into Mudsdale. And I'm going to go for a Trick Room with Porygon 2. Hopefully we don't see my opponent doubling into the Porygon 2 here. But I feel like the Tapu Koko has to target down the Salazzle because it threatens the Kartana and my opponent's side of the field so heavily. So that's why I feel like the T-Bolt has to come in, or the Volt Switch has to come into that slot. And we just see a Leaf Blade. Oh wow, okay. Did not expect that at all. So we see a Leaf Blade into the Salazzle and Dazzling Gleam. Okay. But we are going to get the Trick Room up. We do see that it's Scarfed Kartana as well. So potentially here we can just bring in our Salazzle. And we threaten both Pokemon on either side of the field. So yeah, I'm going to do that. And knowing that the Tapu Koko is not Scarfed, I think we should go for the Kartana here with an Overheat, and we'll just go for a return into the Tapu Koko here. It's crazy setting a Trick Room up and bringing Salazzle in. Like, Salazzle's not a Trick Room on. So we see the Tapu Koko withdrawal, which is good because this means that the Raichu is going to take a return and we're going to get this Overheat off onto the Kartana. So, do really good damage. Wow, pick up the KO onto the Raichu with that +1 return. Get the Overheat off. Do hit. Excellent. And we're going to pick up the KO onto the Kartana. Brilliant. And we're just left with the Tapu Koko now, which we can easily finish off with a Sludge Bomb and a return. So we just flip this match right on its head. And there we go. Yeah, so the Tapu Koko comes in, and we'll just go for a Sludge Bomb and a return. And there's no risk in doing this. If Tapu Koko goes for a Protect here, then we can just lock it in with Encore the next turn. But no Protects coming out. We are going to get this return off, doing big damage, and Sludge Bomb should be enough, even on -2 to pick up the KO, which it is. So good game to my opponent, and we kind of redeem ourselves slightly after that first game. But we'll have one more game, guys. We'll have one more game with the team. I feel like we need to. That went a lot better than the other games. Totally threw off though by the Kartana attacking straight in, but it made a lot of sense in that situation because it was scarfed and not picking up on that, you know. Really give us the room to kind of set the Trick Room up and then take advantage and close the game out pretty quickly after that. So that was pretty good. Flirting around with the 1600s at the moment, so we're just nearly there. We've been in it a few times, so we need to kind of really start kind of pulling our fingers out and get over the line. So we have our next opponent, and probably our last opponent of the day. Bruno, and he is running a team of Murkrow, Garchomp, Milotic, Tapu Bulu, Alolan Marowak, and Magnezone. So Murkrow is going to be a bit of a pain. It has got that prankster ability. Access to Taunt, Tailwind, all sorts of shenanigans. Mudsdale's going to be very good here in a Trick Room, I feel. Makes the P2. Salazzle again isn't a bad Pokemon. Threatens the Bulu, the Magnezone, offers Fake Out support. So we can Fake Out and set a Trick Room up with P2. And that's probably our best option, to be honest. Bring Mudsdale, and then what do we want to bring for our last Pokemon? Maybe the Tapu Koko. Just for, well, the Tapu Koko not really, to be honest, because of the, it's not going to hit the Magnezone for anything. It's not going to do anything to the Marowak, not really hitting the Tapu Bulu for good damage. Does threaten the Milotic, but that's about it. Tapu Fini's probably our best shout here. It's swaggering up the Porygon 2 or the Mudsdale if we get the opportunity to. So let's go for that. Salazzle, I feel like is going to play a big role in this game in just helping us kind of set up and late game to come in and kind of clean up the threats that we may be struggling with when the Trick Room finishes. So we'll lead off with that Salazzle Porygon 2. We see our opponent lead off with Marowak and Magnezone. So do get a special attack rise here. I'm gonna do. We can Fake Out the Magnezone, but like I said, I think late game Salazzle is going to be quite important. So I'm going to switch it in Mudsdale for it, potentially take any electric type attack, and I'm just going to go for a Trick Room here with Porygon 2. You see a Volt Switch, but forgetting that his Marowak has the Lightning Rod, it will not work, which is a bit unfortunate for my opponent. I'm going to see a Boomerang into the Mudsdale, so we'll get 2 boosts here. Oh, it still does so much damage, doesn't it? 1 stamina boost, and then we'll get another one, which is a lot better. And we're going to get this Trick Room off. So this next turn, I'm going to attack into the Marowak with a high horsepower, and I'm just going to try and break the Sash, or the Sturdy ability, on this Magnezone with an Ice Beam from Porygon 2. So see what my opponent goes for. So we see the Magnezone withdraw. Going to see Tapu Bulu come in, which is fine because we've had that special attack boost, so the Ice Beam should be doing a really good amount of damage. Going to see the Grassy Terrain set up, but doesn't really make too much difference to our high horsepower that will be coming out into that slot. As long as we're doing about 50% to this Tapu Bulu, we should be fine going into this next turn. High horsepower into the protect, ice beam into the Tapu Bulu. Yeah. And we're going to be able to pick up the KO there easily. And that grassy terrain doing us a huge favour, healing back our Mudsdale, which is super nice. And we'll just go for another high horsepower into the Marowak. And just an ice beam again into the Tapu Bulu. And try and keep up this offensive pressure that we've got kind of going at the minute with this Trick Room. So we're going to see the Marowak withdraw. Probably see the Tapu Bulu protect here, I'd imagine. We'll get some damage off onto the Garchomp though, with the high horsepower. It's not quite doing 50%. We'll get an ice beam into that protect. My opponent just switching around here to try and get stall out this Trick Room. I think this turn what I'm going to do is double into the Tapu Bulu slot with an ice beam and a high horsepower, because I imagine the Tapu Bulu to switch out here. If it doesn't, we're definitely picking up a KO. Yeah, there we go. So Marowak potentially, yeah. So we should pick up the KO onto the Marowak here. Garchomp protecting. So we're going to try and break this cycle that my opponent's trying to lock into. Get the high horsepower into that Marowak. Do pick up the KO. I don't think the critical hit really mattered there, to be honest. I think it would have picked up the KO either way. And we just ice beam it into that Garchomp. Get a bit more health back with our Mudsdale. Garchomp does heal up a bit more as well. What's my opponent going to bring in now? Because I think we're going into the last turn of Trick Room now. So is that Tapu Bulu? Garchomp can't protect here. So here what I'm going to do is just heavy slam. We've got to kind of hope that it's enough if that Tapu Bulu doesn't protect. And I'm going to go for an ice beam into the Garchomp slot. We'll probably see the Magnezone come in though. Yeah. I was a bit wary though whether my opponent would go for that play, to be honest, because just because of the fact that we might like look as though we're seeing through his kind of potential switching around, stalling out strategy. But never mind, we see the Magnezone come in. Oh, and we pick up the freeze onto it as well. And the Trick Room will end. So a bit unfortunate for my opponent. Now the thing is, we have to be a bit careful because we can't we don't want Mudsdale just to go down here. I'm going to switch in Tapu Fini at this point because I don't want a full powered Bloom Doom coming in to potentially my Porygon 2. If we can weaken it a bit, then we can get the Ice Beam off onto it. I don't think we need to worry about the Trick Room too much at this point. As long as Porygon 2 gets its Ice Beam off, then we should be fine. Magnezone is frozen solid, which is a bit unfortunate, and there it is. Here's the Bloom Doom from this Tapu Bulu. So thanks to the Misty Terrain coming in, we are able to survive that, get the Ice Beam off. And thankfully as well, that freeze probably helped us there, just not take any additional damage. I don't know if the Magnezone's scarfed or whether it's got Protect, and it went for Protect that turn. But yeah, that definitely saved our bacon a bit, and it's making it a lot easier for Tapu Fini to kind of come in now and operate. So we do get a bit lucky with that. So here what I'll do, I'm just going to go for a Muddy Water. Actually I'm not, I'm going to go for a Heal Pulse into the Porygon 2, and I'm just going to go for an Ice Beam into that Garchomp slot. Garchomp just protects. Magnezone, yeah, it does look like it is scarfed maybe. It might not be Scarf, to be honest. It might just be a very fast defensive Magnezone. We'll get the heal pulse off though, and we'll go for that Ice Beam into the Garchomp. I'm just going to switch out Finny now into Mudstone, get it back onto the field so we threaten that Magnezone. If it does thaw out, we'll just go for another Ice Beam into that Garchomp. We know the Garchomp isn't, it doesn't have the Ground EMZ because we've already seen the Bloom Doom. Garchomp going for another Protect, does fail unfortunately. Magnezone's still frozen, and we will pick up the KO here with an Ice Beam. Which is super nice. And we can just go for a high horsepower, and let's just go for Ice Beams. Probably going to do more damage with an Ice Beam than we are with a return at this point. And this should wrap up the game. The freeze definitely made it a lot easier for us to kind of wrap things up. I think it would have been, I think we pretty much had it either way, but it did make it a bit more difficult for my opponent and just a bit easier for us. But good game to my opponent, although they probably won't think so. But we're going to wrap things up there, guys. Thank you so much as always for tuning in and watching. Just to remind you all that later on, maybe an hour and a half's time, no, probably half an hour's time, or it might already be up, we have this week's MBL Season 2 team building episode with myself and my teammate Hibiki, Team Leaky, preparing for our match against Team Jamie in week 5 of the MBL Season 2. So do stay tuned for that, and that will be a lot of fun. You'll just see us how we're going to build the team and things like that, and prep it for tomorrow's match, which will be on my teammate Hibiki's channel, which will be linked in this video description and the video that you'll see for the team building as well. So do stay tuned for that, guys, and that's going to be it until Monday, and we'll be back with another episode of the School of Hard Knocks and hopefully carry on this team as well. I might have a little play around with the team over the weekend at basketball, try and get us up the rankings a bit more, but it's been a lot of fun playing it this week, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it. As always, if you've got any comments or anything like that, do leave them in the comment section. I will get back to you straight away. We've had a bit of RNG mishap and a bit of RNG go our way this week, so hopefully it settles down next week and it's a bit more stable. Like I said at the start of the episode, after yesterday's episode where we had the crazy freezes kind of continually, but yeah, nevertheless, guys, we'll be back next week for the School of Hard Knocks on Monday, and then we'll kind of go into that routine that we've kind of got set up that we've talked about before. Remember as well, guys, that next Friday is a bit of a special date for the School of Hard Knocks, so it will be our 100th episode next Friday, the 30th of June, and I'm going to do a live stream that day, starting at 8 o'clock that night on YouTube, so right here. I'll tell you all about it next week and keep reminding you all so you don't miss it. If you do miss it, don't worry too much, because it will be put up onto the channel after it's finished. We're going to have a few special things organised for it, and a big competition for one of you lucky guys to win a really cool Pokemon goodie bag to take away with you. So do stay tuned for that, guys. It'll be a lot of fun, and the competition won't be just for the stream. I'll leave it open, so you guys that can't watch the stream live can still enter and take part in that competition, and it's just a little something to kind of show my appreciation towards you guys for just supporting the channel in general, because it's been absolutely amazing. So yeah, guys, whatever you're doing, have an amazing weekend, and I will look forward to catching up with you all on Monday. As I say, if you've got any comments or any questions or anything else about the team, just let me know, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. But until Monday, guys, take care, and I will see you then. So until then, bye bye.